Today's hashtag daily debate question for at MMA Junkie Radio with the recent release of more notable UFC flyweights. What's your forecast for the division by year's end goes?
What are my options, George?
Oh, sorry. Rest in peace, flyweights.
Oh.
It'll grow back. And depends on Henry Cejudo. Those are your three choices.
Depends on Henry Cejudo is mine. If it didn't depend on Henry Cejudo, wouldn't we have some sort of plan, some sort of blueprint in front of us? I think it completely depends on that guy.
So if he wins, he's the bantamweight champ and the flyweight champion.
And I think
Either
at that
he
point
just stays
they say,
bantamweight
yeah,
and it all goes away.
He lets that go away.
If he loses, he's still the flyweight champion, and you feel like they'll just start building from there, or
that I don't know. I just feel like they'll deal with it once they know the result of that. But I think they're leaning more towards let's just dissolve it.
All right, how about you, Dan?
Man, I actually was very, very close to Goz's there, but in effort to not repeat it, I'll kind of take it a step further. For example, I was also going to say it depends on Henry Cejudo, but that's a big if. I mean, he's going to have to beat Marlon Moraes, which is a very tough ask. I don't know. I haven't broken down that fight yet. I don't know who I'm picking, but if there's a gun in my head, I probably would have to lean Marlon Moraes. So it's a very tough ask ahead of him. And then furthermore, he's going to have to get on that mic, shout, and really put his heel down that we need this flyweight division. I'm going back there. UFC, give me some contenders. And I don't know if I see Cejudo doing that, and I don't know if I see him doing that at the top of his priorities in a convincing enough way. So with that being said, it'll probably lean more toward RIP flyweights, which I don't want to say that it's one of my favorite divisions. It has produced some of my favorite fights. Produced guys like John Lineker, who granted is now a bantamweight and whatnot. But yeah, so I guess I'll say, I think it's probably closer to RIP flyweights right now, if I have to say. And I don't want that on the record. I don't want that. But from the UFC's perspective, we're down to roughly 10 flyweights now. I think the writing's on the wall, guys.
Yeah. All right, so I also believe a little bit of kind of what both of you are saying. I think it's going away, but I guess it has hinged on Cejudo. He's become very popular and very marketable. If he gets steamrolled, I'm just going to go with if he loses, all right? Because if he wins, then for sure RIP. But if he gets steamrolled, I think he has a better chance than if it's a classic. If it's a classic, I think he's going to have an itch to see if he can get back to Moraes. I know I can beat him. I just got to make a tweak or two, and he'll have to take another fight or whatever and figure it out. And maybe in the meantime, he fights flyweight, or maybe he says the hell with it. But if he gets steamrolled and he gets a message sent to him, especially with the way how good Sterling's been looking and some of the other killers that are coming through, then I think he might say, all right, those 10 pounds make one hell of a difference. And I'm going back to flyweight, and I'm going to revive this bad boy or whatever. Because there's, earlier today we heard of a booking with Pantoja and Figueiredo. We know Joseph Benavidez is still around. Dan was quoting Bloody Elbow, saying there's still about 10 left. But my answer was it'll grow back. It'll grow back. And by that I mean I have a feeling that there's more likely of a scenario where this thing goes away, but I still don't understand why, and I think it'll be brought back. Because I think the UFC is going to get shaped around in many different ways. Hell, they're going public pretty soon. So as a business, I just think they're making a lot of decisions, but I think a lot of this will circle back, and they will wind up bringing it one day. So flyweight fans, it happened in the lightweight division, right? Mm-hmm. It went away and came back, and it's arguably the greatest light division out there. Anyway, there you have it. Here's how the results came in. 63% said RIP flyweights. Okay. 28% says depends on Henry Cejudo. 9% says it'll grow back. Over 800 votes came in. Thank you, Junkie Nation, readers of the site, listeners of the show, for voting. With that.